Today I thought I would tell you a little bit about what has been going on with Gatsby, my Corgi, who's 8 years old. For quite a while now, like quite a few months, Gatsby has been sneezing. We thought it was allergies for a while, and then a few months ago he started bleeding. Oh, Gatsby. See? The vet before was saying that, oh, it could be because it's dry air, so I have a humidifier here. But I washed his bed, and then this morning I see all this blood all over his dog bed. In the bathroom, this dog bed too, is like covered in blood. Are you okay? And Gatsby seemed to just be getting worse and worse. So the other day I decided to take him to the urgent vet to see what's going on. Maybe he had something like in his nose. I just dropped him off. They're gonna sedate him and they're gonna look up his nose to see what there is. I really hope it's nothing. We'll see what happens in a few hours. I'm just worried. They were saying they think it could be something very serious because of the bleeding. They sedated him and they looked inside his nose and they did find a mass. It's not good news, and they have to do a CT scan, but it's closed. It's already too late for today, so they're going to do it next week to see how serious it is. Okay, I'm going to go and pick him up now. Gatsby, do you need to go potty or anything? He's all loopy. Just go to sleep, Gatsby. See, that's his nose. Go to sleep, Gatsby, go to sleep. Unfortunately, they did not have time to do the CT scan on the day that I came in, which was a Friday, so they made me come in on Monday to do it. That weekend was the worst weekend I've ever had. It was just waiting and waiting and waiting, and it was so stressful. I broke down every few minutes. I would just break down. It was just a big shock. How could this happen? He had just lost his weight. He was looking so good. I looked up the symptoms of a nasal cancer, and Gatsby was exhibiting pretty much all of them. He was sneezing. He had discharge from his nose like a mucus that was bloody. He was showing signs that he was really uncomfortable with his nose. He would like drag his nose on the ground or paw at it all the time. And I just knew, I just knew that it was really bad. And then the next few days, just like over the weekend, I would just go to the park with Gatsby. My friends were saying you should just take Gatsby to the park and just enjoy, you know, his favorite places to go. So each day I would just go to the park and just cry. I was just so stressed out. It was just, the worst part was just not knowing anything and just like worrying. It's been a pretty rough few days for me, so just need to stay positive. It's pretty nice here, huh? It's pretty nice. It was so hard to fall asleep every night because my heart was just beating and beating really, really hard. I was pretty upset with the urgent vet because we already had anesthetized him once and we had to do it again for a CT scan, which they could have done those at the same time on the same day on Friday. It made me just like, I was just like, it was just the cruelest thing. Today is the morning of the CT scan. My heart is beating so fast and so hard. I am very stressed out. it does seem like he's getting worse and worse. He doesn't look like it right now because when we go on walks and stuff, he's breathing through his mouth. So, but when we get back home and he starts breathing through his nose, it's like he can't breathe. We're going for a long walk right now just because after the anesthesia, he's just gonna be out for the rest of the day. We're gonna go soon, Gatsby, and get your CT scans done. I just need to do like my deep breathing. That's like the only thing that seems to have been helping me. I made the post on Instagram yesterday, last night, and we got so many, everyone sending us so much love, and thank you so much. It means so much. I've been feeling like really alone with this, and yeah, it's nice to know that that other people are supporting us. So anyway, I dropped him off on Monday to do the CT scan, and he was like very upset with me. I dropped him off, so it's gonna take a few hours, they said, because he has to get sedated and then wake up from the sedation. My body has been kind of shutting down, so it's just kind of like what a panic attack is, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I just I need to. Okay. I just felt like I was gonna faint the whole time. Maybe it was because I couldn't eat anything, and I could only eat like 3 bites before I just felt like just really sick, and afterwards I would just feel really nauseous. Right now I am trying to fulfill some orders just because it's just gonna keep my mind off of things. I've been having such a hard time concentrating on anything. I got home and I was like, I can't really do much else, so I've just been trying to fulfill all these orders. I just want to thank everyone so much for everyone's support for all this. I asked the vet, I was like, do you know the results of the CT scans? And they said the way that a CT scan works is that it takes like 3,000 pictures. And she doesn't know how to read the CT scan. It must be sent off to a radiologist to read. And they have to review the 3,000 pictures. So they won't know until later tonight or tomorrow morning. His fur is all shaved off. And I was asking them about the results. We might know the results that night or the next morning. It was just more waiting to hear what the results were. And deep down, since I already had known it was going to be something bad, I started contacting other vets to see, you know, what his options are and what we should be doing, because unfortunately in the Bay Area, the vets are in a shortage. They usually make appointments like 2 months out to see the vet, and it's just like impossible to see them. I reached out to all my friends who were telling me that I really would need to see someone either like at Sage Hospital or at UC Davis. I contacted them and I quickly found out that both of them are like incredibly hard to get into, especially UC Davis, which is known as one of the top veterinary places like in the United States, especially for oncology. I called Sage and they were actually able to get me an appointment, but it would be over 2 weeks out. They said that was actually like because of a cancellation that I would be able to come in a little over 2 weeks, in like 16 days. I was hoping you would last till like 18 years old. It's not your time and I'm not ready. Just kind of like waiting for the CT results. Okay, we're at another park. Just gonna sit around. We're still waiting on Gatsby's CT scan results. It was supposed to be yesterday, and then now it's supposed to be this morning, and still waiting. Gatsby's enjoying the park. It's like it, right? You're enjoying the park? I got some treats for you. We brought some treats. You can picnic it, okay? Got tissues. There's the treats. Right there. There's There's another. Okay. Go slowly. You gonna lay with me? Thank you. I just called the vet again to see. This is so cruel. They still have not heard back from the radiologist. I'm just so... I'm just so stressed out and worried. And it's just horrible just having to wait so long. Every few minutes, it's like this. I just have like a panic attack. And then by the evening, I was still just like waiting. My heart is just like beating. I never got a call. I called them back so many times and they kept saying, no, there's no results yet. Then my sister decided to call and they revealed that the vet wasn't even in for the past 2 days. So for sure I would not receive a call. I don't want to talk about that anymore. There was like lots of things that happened, and anyway, so the next morning, these past few days, I've been waking up like shaking. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I'm so worried. When I wake up, my heart is just like... I just really want to thank everybody so much for their support. It really does mean so much to me. I really hope the vet calls. And since I had to wait so long, it would be really nice if it was good news. Like, really nice. I get a call. And it was basically like the worst news that you can get, which is, yes, it is cancer. The cancer had blocked Gatsby's left nose and was eating away at the bone in his nose. And it was moving to the right nostril as well. And by that point, I was already feeling horrible because all of the symptoms were getting worse and worse every day. I don't know if I can handle this. It's so upsetting. So many hundreds and hundreds of you guys were reaching out, trying to spread the word to try to find a place for Gatsby. And for the rest of the week, I just spent the entire day on the phone doing everything I could to help and find Gatsby a place to get care. I can already tell he's really not feeling well. He pretends like he is, but he's not feeling well. I asked friends of friends who actually worked at these places and asked if I could get in, maybe like if it was an emergency, because Gatsby was having a really hard time breathing, would I be able to get him in and see the oncology team? And their answer was basically no. Even if you went in through emergency, the oncologist would not see Gatsby unless he really needed life support. I was having a really bad luck with the urgent vets that had done the CT scan. In the end, I ended up just asking them for all of Gatsby's health records and just taking them with me. So it was just up to me to try to find Gatsby a place, which was even harder. I contacted people everywhere and they said even like if you wanted to get into one of these places like UC Davis or anything, you really would need the vet to make the referral, not me personally. UC Davis also, since it is so well known, I felt like I was applying to colleges again. When I would ask them what they needed, they told me that they would need like letters of recommendation, referrals. They would need all of his medical records. Since Gatsby does not have a biopsy done, they will not even consider him. You would need to go through internal medicine to get a biopsy done. And unfortunately, internal medicine is even more booked up than the oncology department everywhere in the Bay Area. For internal medicine, they were telling me it would be a 3-month wait. And I was just like, there is no way. From my research, I learned that it needs to be treated as soon as possible. Without it, the dogs can last only 2 to 3 months. I bothered everyone. A lot of my friends
also have called their friends or relatives to try to see if Gatsby could get in somehow.
I would just take Gatsby out for a walk and just like cry. I'd just cry. I'd just sit with him and just cry, and I would tell him like, I'm trying my best. I'm doing everything I can. I can't eat and I can't sleep, and I'm just going and calling as many people as I can, emailing and everything, and it really just felt like everything was just like a dead end, and really just out of nowhere. I had been in contact with one of the students at UC Davis who was a viewer of our channel, who is a big fan of Gatsby. I sent that student all of Gatsby's medical records, and the student told me that they would try as hard as they could to make a case for him to possibly get in. And a few minutes after my vet had called me and told me that they couldn't get Gatsby into UC Davis, I got a message from that student who told me that they were able to get him in on Monday, which is only 4 days away. The student got me an appointment with the top vet of oncology there. It really was one of you guys who made this happen. This video is just me crying the whole time. I got the call from UC Davis to schedule that appointment for Monday morning. They told me that there had been a cancellation, and that is why the student was able to make the case and slip Gatsby in for the appointment. Gatsby didn't even have a biopsy. It really is a miracle that Gatsby, after all of this, is gonna be seen and treated impossibly soon. Gatsby's gonna be able to get the care that he needs. You just have to wait 4 more days, okay, Gatsby? I really don't know what to expect for Gatsby's treatment. I don't know what the doctor is going to say. I don't know when I'm going to be posting the next video. I'm still having nervous breakdowns. It's like uncontrollable. I don't know when it'll stop. So my parents are actually going to fly up. They said that they want to be with me. A lot of you guys have been asking and really wanting to help support Gatsby's medical bills. If you really want to help Gatsby, thank you so much. Even just the bills from the urgent care was like around $7,000. If you want, maybe you could buy some Corgi on Fleek merchandise from our store, corgionfleek.com. All that money goes directly to Gatsby and me. And also, you will get some really nice Corgi merchandise that we worked on. And if you don't want merchandise and you just want to support Gatsby's bills, I'll set up an alternate way that you can support us, maybe through a GoFundMe or something. I'll put a link in the description below and a link at corgionfleek.com. Just thank you so much. I already got a hotel room in Davis. I'm assuming that I'm going to be spending a lot of time there in the future, in the next few weeks. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect other than that. But I will keep you guys all updated, of course. He's 8 years old right now. It's not his time to go. It really isn't. He's so healthy. If you want to follow our Instagram, I'll put the link in the description as well. That is probably the place where I'll be posting the most often updates. I hope to update you guys with really good news very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, you guys.